Black Scope, and I'm doing a live stream right now. I'm going to be talking about like a few topics, dealing with Vybz Kartel, Cat Williams, TJ Jakes, and I'm going to also be talking about Drake lawsuit. So basically, man. So let's make sure you subscribe and share this and comment also on this live stream right now. So we're gonna just go into Vybz Kartel concert. Vybz Kartel is about to have a concert in Jamaica since he came out of prison. He got out of prison just July, in summertime, for convicted of murdering a man by the name of Clive Williams, aka Lizard, and he was due to actually do life in prison, in the Jamaica prison, basically. And he spent about 13 years in prison, and he was finally released from prison just a few months ago, basically in July. But he was convicted in 2014. So he spent 13 years in prison, and his conviction was overturned, and they freed him up, and he walked out of jail, which was a monumental thing that was going on for him. And from that point, when he got out of jail, he also had a thyroid condition of the immune system, called grave disease. And that really kind of, shook his health up, because when he came out of prison, he looked bloated, his face swollen, which is still swollen now, his stomach all, large, and he just looked basically not really, out of whack, basically. So, that grave disease and him being in prison actually took a total effect on him, a great effect on him. And, besides all of that, when he stepped out of prison, he was just on the move, man. Cause he lost so many times, 13 years. So he was on the move. He went to hang out, drink, he had his sweetheart, girl, see them. And he, over time, she supported him even before he was out of prison, and basically what he did, he actually proposed to her also, and so Vybz, from that point out of prison, he went to a couple of islands like St. Vincent, Panama. He went there, St. Vincent, for to better his health, but I guess they kind of denied him, so he just kept on moving. And, the way he left out of prison, he was just a guy that's just nonstop working, so now the issue now what's going on with Vybz Kartel, I wouldn't say the issue, I'll talk about the issue. So now he's about to perform a concert in Jamaica in December. I think it's Freedom Road, or, it says Vybz Kartel and Friends. And he's about to perform one of the biggest concerts there is, so now the tickets range from $75 to probably $2,000 or more, for those places in the concerts. And he actually gave some people a Black Friday discount in Jamaica so that the tickets could be $75 so that they could see him perform. And, I thought, when he came out of prison, basically, there was like a lot of maybe beef or worries, about him, that, all the friends that he used to have, like Popcorn, they were all like on the opposite side of each other, and they wasn't really, flexing like that. But Vybz Kartel said he don't have any issues with anyone. So later on, you'll see Popcorn, met him up, and they exchanged, words, and Popcorn gave him a Rolex watch, so, all that friendship stuff from a long time still remained the same, but then Vybz Kartel said that he gave birth to a lot of dancehall artists, like Skeng and a whole bunch of those guys, and he never got his due respect for it, but as you say, he continues to move on from a lot of those things. And now the concert will be going on, and hey, I don't have no Jamaican money to go to Jamaica to go see Vybz Kartel, so I will not be going. But as it goes on, Vybz Kartel was basically, now there's an issue with him going to Trinidad and Tobago. There was a guy by the name of Yankee Boy who is going on a hunger strike, who's on a hunger strike to actually stop Vybz Kartel from performing at the All, Soca Calypso Festival. And that was an issue. That was an issue for this guy, this protester. And I guess the promoters told him, like, yo, most of this guests, or artists are going to be of 80% Calypsonian soca artists and 20% dancehall or other. So basically, this man, Yankee Boy, was very upset about the whole situation, and he's still upset, and he wants it to stop. So, Vybz Kartel is going a lot of places, and he may not be welcome, but he just continued to push on, and no one could stop him at this point in time. So, good look out for Vybz Kartel, man. Take care of your health, because you got grave disease. And in my mind, I think you should kind of seek out a lot of help, because that grave disease, I don't think it's a joke, man. You could catch a stroke and all these other things. So that's just my advice out there. Make sure you take care of your health, brother, before anything else. And the money is good, but take care of your health. Trust me. So now, let's just move on to the dude, Cat Williams, man. Cat Williams made an appearance on Shay Shay, and he blew up the whole channel for Shay Shay. He made Shay Shay a whole bunch of money, and that appearance on Shay Shay, gave him a lot of views on just that one video, because Cat Williams spoke about the industry people like P. Diddy. P. Diddy want to play around too much, and all of these things. And he exposed like the Hollywood, what's going on in the industry, and a lot of people did not really believe him until some of the things came to pass. So, people think that he was just a hater, and he was basically blackballed from Hollywood and other people like Kevin Hart, and that's basically it. But he continued to go on as well. And so now that, Cat Williams is making some major moves out there right now, guys. And what he did is that he bought property, in Alabama, with the plans of turning it into a movie studio. I believe it's a old military base, and he's planning to turn that into a studio. The price of the property of the acres of land was not really disclosed, but he acquired it, and he's about to build a studio in Hollywood. Not Hollywood, sorry. He about to build a studio in Alabama. And he was not the first person. He mentioned Tyler Perry. He was like, it's just not fair to put all that pressure on Tyler Perry alone, because Tyler Perry acquired land in Atlanta for about $30 million or so. And he opened a studio, and he's filming and he's doing all of these things right now, because he doesn't want Hollywood to basically give him the orders and telling him what to do. And he was not the only one. Also, 50 Cent also bought some property, to turn it into actually movie studio too. And the guy from Mackie, the guy from the Marvel movie that played Hawkeye, and also played the black Captain America, is also bought acres of land as well to turn it into a movie studio as well. And that's a great thing that's going on right now. And the question is, is Hollywood over? Is Hollywood done? because you know how Hollywood portrays black people from the beginning. You know, it's kind of like the hero is usually a light person, and the enemy, the adversary, is of a dark figure. You know, I would say certain things like in about Star Wars, where you got, Luke Skywalker, and then you got Darth Vader. You know, light versus darkness, because Luke Skywalker just means light, or the light that traverses the sky also, and the character is most likely named after George Lucas, Luke Skywalker. And Darth Vader represents darkness, the evil forces. And you'll see that in a lot of movies where in Hollywood, where the enemy is dark and the hero is actually light. And a lot of things that we see in the movies, about that symbolism of black people is portrayed all over the world. And also the people who view these movies get the wrong impression about black people in the world. So it's not a good thing. So I'm so happy that these guys are taking the footsteps to actually create their own movie studios, to portray black people in the light that they need to be in properly. And I give these guys the most credit, you know what I mean? So I give them a 21 gun salute, bop, bop, and that's a great thing to me, man. So now let's go on to, Mr. Drake. Drake had recently lost a battle between him and Kendrick Lamar. And the thing that happened is that Drake is filing a lawsuit against UMG, a company for actually boosting They Are Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar's song, and within that song, Kendrick Lamar basically called Drake a pedophile. And I guess, of course not, no one would like to be called that. So Drake felt a certain way about it, and he actually filed a lawsuit against that UGM for boosting that song. And basically what he did too, again, by just doing that, the whole idea of that even backfired, so that song, Not Like Us, actually went up again, boosted in sales and streams for Kendrick Lamar. So Kendrick Lamar is basically on top of his game, right now. And, there's an issue with him and Lil Wayne for the Super Bowl choosing Kendrick Lamar over Wayne, knowing Wayne was from New Orleans. And Wayne thought that Kendrick Lamar dissed him. So let the battle happen, man. So Drake, everything backfired on him. I think he should chill out for a little while, and see where this is going. So now let's move on to TD Jake. I guess he was doing his normal sermon, with his congregation. I believe that was a Sunday, and he was actually sitting down talking. He was basically quoting a verse, "Oh, let the words of thy mouth and the meditation of thy heart be acceptable in the sight." It's a psalm that he was reading, and while he was doing that, all of a sudden, I guess, as you can see, that he looked like he wasn't feeling too well. He was sitting down on a chair, but he looked like he wasn't feeling too well. He was wiping his head, and all of a sudden he had the mic in his hand, and slowly you seen him losing consciousness, where he was slumping, and while he was slumping, people already saw that, hey, something is wrong with him. And they were I guess some of his followers was on stage, and they ran and they rushed to his rescue him, and he was taken to the hospital immediately for surgery that he did not disclose his condition. And they said that it wasn't a stroke at all, but it was still something that was an emergency. And he said he's feeling better now, but he still have to take his time, because he's talking very slow, and he was in a wheelchair. He could hardly walk, and things do happen. And some people have their conspiracy ideas about why things happen. But all I can see now is basically a man that was on stage that if he did not get the help, he would have basically collapsed and died on stage. And good, good credit, good things goes out to the followers who ran to his rescue to save a man's life. And he's at a certain age where he may have a lot of health problems going on. So his illness was not disclosed, but surgery was done so that he would be alive today. So basically, man, this is Black Scope, and this is what I had to say today. I want you to subscribe to my channel and make sure you comment and like, because this is it. So peace out, guys. Take care.